Hey you guys, it's Megan and I am so happy to have you here this morning because this is part 2 of my little sister shopping my stash for a full face of makeup. So yesterday's video was Rachel picking out all the products that I need for a full face of makeup, which was so fun and funny. I'm so glad we did that while she was home, and it was just so hilarious to hear her thoughts and to hear actually how much she knows about makeup just from her limited experience watching videos and like hearing me talk about it all the time. So I have all the products in front of me that she picked out, and you should definitely watch that video first if you haven't seen it yet. But I'm going to do my full face of makeup using just these products and also my own brushes and stuff. The only brush she picked out specifically is this crazy Real Techniques brush that's like an orb, I call it, or like a globe brush. It's a new kabuki brush. So we'll test that out together and see how that goes. But it is just so cool that Rach picked out these products, and it's some products that I really love, some that I haven't reached for in a long time, and some that I just like never use. So it'll be a really great way for me to rediscover some things in my collection. And I've enjoyed so much when you guys have picked my makeup on Instagram, and I did a get ready with me recently with all the products that you guys voted on. And so this is just another way for me to be pushed out of my comfort zone but within my own collection and rediscover what I might be missing in my collection, because I don't have too much anymore, but I definitely have more than I can use on a regular basis. So rediscovering things in this way is just so much fun. I have my eyes primed, so I'm ready to jump into eyeshadow, and Rachel picked all of my Burberry shadows. So I love the original Burberry shadows. I'm still like devastated that they ever changed the formula, but these are the 4 that I still have, so I'm going to incorporate all of them or some of them into my look. I feel like all the products here are like a glam, glowy, kind of like summertime look, because the lip and the cheek are like a corally color. So I definitely want to keep that in mind as I'm doing my eyeshadow, because I don't want that to be like totally not working with what we have going on. So I think I'm going to start with Shell, which is a glow shadow, and they're just super highly metallic without like any water or anything. Like, they are just absolutely gorgeous, and like this Shell one makes me think of a wet look, and that was pretty popular like on the runway and stuff. I don't know about this fashion season, but in the past, like that wet glossy lid was really in vogue. So this I think will be just a nice like neutral start, and I think that I'm going to do Midnight Brown in the crease, which is one of my favorites. I've hit pan on this and it's just stunning. Like, I don't know what the current formula is of this and how good it is, but the original was out of this world. So I'm going to take it on a Louise Young LY38, which is still one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes, and just start to work it in the crease. And yeah, this color just goes so perfectly with Shell, because it's not too warm, but it's not cool either. It's just like that perfect brown shade. So tonight I'm really excited because my mom and dad are going to like a charity like gala thing, so I'm going to do her makeup, and I've never done my mom's makeup before, and I've done Rachel's makeup for when she went to prom. So I asked my mom if she would want me to do her makeup tonight, and she was like, yes! So I'm really excited and just want to make her feel beautiful and pamper her. So I'm just looking forward to that and seeing what she like wants, what kind of look and stuff. And yeah, I just think that'll be fun. So that's tonight. I really don't have anything major going on, which is nice. I think I'm going to spend most of tonight building IKEA furniture, which is so thrilling, I know. but since they'll be out, I feel like I can just like spread out all the materials and just really get into putting together. I got like a shoe organizer that needs to be assembled, and I got something for my bathroom that I need to assemble, so it's just a lot, and I don't want to think that I can definitely do it all in one night, but at least if I can start it, I think that'll be good, because I've just been avoiding it pretty much during the work week, so that's something I really, really need to do. And last night I started watching the show Maniac on Netflix, and it has an amazing cast, but I just can't get into it. Like, it's very interesting. I think some of it is so fascinating and really something I would like to watch, but then they have all these other like things going on where I'm just like, what are they doing? Like, what is this show? And so it's just not very enjoyable to me, and I don't want to watch something that's not enjoyable. Like, I watch a lot of like negative types of shows, like about murder and stuff, but I watch them because I'm into them and like I find them enjoyable to watch, even if it's about like a really negative subject. But this is like, I just can't, I just don't enjoy it, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just not the show for me, which is fine. But if you've watched all of Maniac, let me know if it's really worth it, if you have similar taste in TV like I do, because I have watched 4 episodes and I'm still like not convinced. And so I'm basically halfway through. So I feel like, oh, I spent like 4 hours of my life doing this. Should I continue watching? Like, that's the eternal like conundrum for me with modern day like binge watching, is I've already committed hours to this. Should I keep going even if I don't fully enjoy it? I don't know, because there's shows that I want to try even more, like 7 Seconds. I really want to watch that, and I could start watching it if I don't finish Maniac. So I don't know, I have to think about it. So that is what I'm going to leave the eyeshadow as right now. I might like add or change, but now I'm going to use the NYX matte liquid liner, which was so cute and funny when Rachel opened it and she just like whispered to herself, fancy. Like, she just thought it was like so fancy that it had a brush on it. So I will always think of that now. But I haven't been using liquid liner lately because I've only been using my gel, and once you go gel, you never go back. Like, I don't know why I've been messing with any other liner but my Essence Gel Liner. It's the best, but we're going to use this and see if I like it as much, and I've already messed up, so I'm gonna stop talking and I'll report back when I'm done. I think that's pretty good. This has always been a challenging product for me to work with because of the brush. It's just a little too long and a little too flimsy. Like, if it was a little bit more stiff, I think I would like it. The formula of this is amazing. Like, it's super black, it dries super matte, and it lasts all day, and I definitely can like work with it if I'm very, very like focused and doing like small motions, but I definitely can't do it while I'm talking, and I still like the gel better. But this is a good one, especially if you're skilled with liquid liner. Amazing for the price. I've had this for at least 6 months, if not more, and it's still super juicy. There's tons of product in here, so I'm happy with how that turned out, and I know I can work with it, but I like the gel better. So now I'm going to move on to concealer. That's what I do next, and Rach picked out the Rimmel Match Perfection concealers. I have Fair Light and Fair, and I just can't believe it, but they've discontinued this product. I used to use this in high school and college, and now I rediscovered it, and it is just incredible. I love the packaging, that it's like a squeezy tube with a brush. I love the color selection for like brightening. And I just love everything about this concealer. So it really bums me out that for some reason they thought that it would be a brilliant idea to change it and repackage it and like get rid of it. So I'm hoping that they hear the cries of the people that love it, because I went to link this in one of my Get Ready With Me's and I couldn't find it. Like the one that I have, they have a new one that's either the same name or a similar name, and all the comments and reviews are, why did you get rid of the one in the squeezy tube? Like, that was the best and this one sucks. So I haven't tried the new one because of that. Like, I don't need to try it knowing that it probably is not as good as this one. So I just don't get why makeup companies do that. Like, if something isn't broke, why fix it? Like, I understand it's important to come out with new product and always be innovating, but if something's awesome and people love it, like, why are you changing it? It's just like, it blows my mind. So that I just used is the Fair Light, which is more of like a peachy tone. So that helps color correct. And then after I do my foundation, I'll add the Fair, which is very brightening. So that is concealer. And I just realized I forgot that Rachel picked the illuminating primer from Cover FX. So I might have to retouch up my concealer a little bit, but I'll add this primer. And this is such a beautiful primer, especially in the fall and winter when I feel like my skin needs that extra help to glow. Like in the summer, I do not need help glowing. I feel like I'm like the opposite of everyone, that in the summer I use matte products and in the winter I use glowy. Like, doesn't that make sense? Like, my skin needs help in the summer with oil, so I don't want to already be wearing glowy products. And then in the winter my skin needs help glowing, so I wouldn't use matte products, I would use glowy products. I don't know. It makes total sense to me, but apparently I'm the opposite of everyone, and I always do my eye makeup first, which is the opposite of everyone. Like, I don't know. I think I make more sense, but apparently people do everything opposite of me. So that is the Cover FX illuminating primer. It's not like a moisturizing primer, it's just like this glowy amazingness under especially more matte foundations. Rach picked the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation in 0.5, which this foundation, I have had like a roller coaster with this foundation. It is gorgeous. I don't love it as much as my Double Wear now that I have been introduced and fallen in love with Estee Lauder Double Wear. I still think this is awesome, especially I think in the winter I'll enjoy this more. But this color 0.5, and I don't know if you can tell, like, just looking at this, but on the outside of the packaging, it looks, like, darker than it actually is. So I feel like when I wear this, I look extremely pale. Even though I am, like, very pale, I'm not, like, extremely pale. So I think maybe 1.0, or if they have a 0.75, like, I definitely had like 1.0 or 1.1 or something in the past, but that was, I felt like it was too dark, but maybe it's not because I think this is too light. So a lot of the time I'm pretty much the lightest neutral shade in any foundation range, but this one might just be too light. So Rach also picked like a contouring product, so we can add that as kind of like a bronzer if I feel like a ghost. But I do really love this foundation. It looks super natural on the skin and not like a mask, which I don't like really heavy foundations to begin with. But this one is definitely buildable, definitely more of a natural finish than a matte, and it does get more glowy to me over the course of the day. So I'm just going to add like half a pump more just to like my cheek area. I've been doing that a lot lately, doing like a light layer all over and then just building up in the cheeks where I feel like I want more coverage. And it's interesting that Rimmel concealer is not super high coverage. I have been using the NARS creamy concealer like pretty much exclusively, and that has much better coverage. So this is just like a little bit different for me. We'll have to add maybe some more under there. But yeah, so I clean my makeup brushes, which I've been avoiding like the plague. I have needed to wash my makeup brushes for months. Like, I've been avoiding it for months, and I finally just had to do it. Like, every single one of my brushes was like, ew. And especially like foundation brushes, like you need to clean those on a regular basis because they like touch your skin and stuff. Like eye brushes, I feel like can go a little bit longer. I like wipe my brushes off on my cloth every day. But foundation brushes, like you can get like a lot of oil buildup and stuff on the brush. So I wash them and they are like perfect and so clean. So that makes me feel awesome. But I just need to do it more. Like, do you guys like schedule a bi-monthly like brush cleaning session? Like, I feel like I need to put it in my calendar and be like, you're gonna wash your brushes on this day. Like, it doesn't matter if you feel like it, you just have to. I feel like I need to do that. So that is the Smashbox foundation. Rach also picked the illuminating setting spray from Cover FX. So I'm gonna spray this now, and you have to shake it up because there's micro glitters in this, which sounds terrifying, but it looks stunning on the skin. Like, it's not like pieces of glitter, it's just a fine shimmer. But really shake it. It's just like the finest mist of life. So that is the illuminating primer, the illuminating spray. I'm going to add a little bit of the Match Perfection in Fair under my eyes for a little brightening effect. And sometimes this can be a little too light and bright for me, but we're just gonna go for it and see what happens. And then I'm going to add on, oh shit, I forgot to use this. I was gonna try this with the foundation. I'll try this with the powder. I also have the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder, so Rachel didn't pick that, but since I had like a set of all of those products that she did pick, and then the powder, I figured we could use the powder as well, just for like a full-on illuminated look. So I'm gonna be glowing like crazy today. So that wasn't too bad. That wasn't like majorly like white brightening. So that is the under eye. And then this Cover FX illuminating powder, this is just a mini, and so I'm going to try to just put a little bit in the cap, and I'm going to try this giant brush. So yeah, let's see. So I just picked it all up in one space, so that's not great. Okay, let's just try this. So I'm gonna kind of like bounce it because I don't know how to use this brush. It's humongous, and it actually fits nicely in the hand. I didn't think that it would, but it actually does, and it covers so much surface area, so that's kind of cool. But I think this might be good for foundation. I feel like really annoyed at myself that I didn't use it with the foundation, because that was like what I really wanted to do. But yeah, I barely used any product, so it's not giving me like, I haven't really used this powder a lot, to be honest, so I don't really know what it does. I have like one fleck of glitter right in between my eyebrows. That is just wonderful. That might be from this powder, but I have so much illuminated stuff on, I don't know what it might be from. So that is the powder, that is that brush. I'm not convinced about either because I feel like when I use powder, I want it to be matte, not glowy, but maybe I'll like this in the winter. Who knows? So now I'm going to move on to brows, and Rachel picked the Anastasia Brow Definer, which was perfect because I only have that much left. Oh my gosh, you guys, this has lasted me so long, and it's just the best brow product for me and my eyebrows. So I'm so glad that she picked this out of everything that I had because it is my fave. So I'm just gonna run that through as normal. And I'm super stoked because in a few weeks I have a hair appointment to get my fall hair done, and I'm so curious to see how I'll like going like much darker and stuff like that. So I'm just like so excited. All right, now I'm going to do my cheeks. Should I do cheeks or eyelashes? Cheeks. Okay, so Rachel picked the NARS Wanted 1 palette, but just for the highlighter. She really liked that, so I am going to resist using the other colors and just use this on the tops of my cheeks. I really love this palette, like as a full palette. I absolutely love it. I love every color. I love this highlighter. I think it's really perfect for my skin tone, and I think it definitely would work for other skin tones because of the undertone. It's like a peachy kind of, but it's not dark. Like a lot of the times a peachy highlighter is too dark for my skin, but this one works really beautifully. So that is highlight. Then for bronzer or contour, Rachel picked the Kevyn Aucoin Tropical Nights because she liked how it popped up like that and was like an ombre. So I am just going to, let's see, should I use a little contouring brush? Because she wanted me to contour, so we'll see. I never contour. It's like so out of my comfort zone. I feel like I'm getting like extra glam today. This will inspire me for my mom's makeup tonight, even though she would never like wear this much. Oh, maybe I can blend this out with that orb brush. So I'm kind of doing like contour bronzer. This is such a beautiful shade. This is such a beautiful product. And I am going to use this brush just to like blend it. I think that, yeah, that makes it look a lot more natural. It's like a lot of friction on your face to use this because it's so dense and so huge. Oh, very nice. And then for blush, Rachel picked Chanel Malice, which I love, but I really haven't reached for a lot. So it's like a corally pink. And I just love Chanel blushes. They are one of my favorites for sure. I think Chanel blush is what I have the most of in my collection because they just have great colors and the lasting power on your skin is really nice. So really love that. Now I just have to do eyelashes, and she picked a two-step routine, the Lancome Cils Booster XL, which is a mascara primer that Aunt Sue gave me, and then the Maybelline Total Temptation Waterproof. So I usually wouldn't use like a primer and a waterproof mascara, but we're gonna go for it. And I really liked this primer. I think it works really well to add a little bit more volume. And I like the brush. It's like nice and fluffy, so it coats really well. And you guys know I love voluminous lashes, so anything that gives more volume is good to me. I've been having like some lash dilemmas lately. Like the mascaras that I have right now, I just don't really love. I only want to use my L'Oreal Telescopic, so also with lash primer, I never know whether to let it dry or to do it wet, so I'm going to just do it while it's wet a little bit, but definitely let me know what like the proper way to do it is. I love this Maybelline Total Temptation, but I kind of wish I didn't get waterproof because I got it specifically for going to the beach, but I don't wear makeup when I go to the beach, so it was like, why did I do that? It's really weird. But I do like this in the non-waterproof version. The waterproof version is fine, but it just takes a lot more effort to get off at night, obviously. So that is the lashes done, and then the last step Let me just make sure. Yes, I used everything. Last step is the L'Oreal lipstick in Everbloom, and Rachel just loved how this color pretty much matched the blush exactly, which I thought was so cute. And I got this lipstick from Leora when I bought a palette from her, and it just makes me think of summer so much. So that is the lipstick. I feel like we need a little more blush or something. I feel like we need a little more blush just to brighten it up, like right there. It's hard to tell because it's like cloudy kind of. But that is it. That is my full face of makeup picked by my sister from my makeup collection, and I love how it turned out. This eye look is something I would so do like all the time, and it was so easy. Just 2 shadows, and the skin looks really good. It'll probably get a little too glowy throughout the day, but it looks amazing right now. And so yeah, that was everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed watching Rachel shop my stash because it's like one of my favorite videos ever. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!